Hi, welcome to Storytime Mr. Claus. This station was dedicated to telling stories of Christmas and Santa Claus and history. If you like what you see in that, hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and go ahead and share it with your friends. Tonight's reading is A Visit from St. Nicholas, written by Clement Clarke Moore. It was written back in 1823 and released on December 23rd of that year. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nested all in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced through their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap have just settled down to a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a chatter, I sprung from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave away to a luster of midday objects below, when what to my wonder eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little driver so lively and quick. I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles as course as they came, and he whistled and he shouted and he called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blissed, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before a wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. Then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing upon of little hoofs. As I drew my head in and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was all dressed in fur from head to foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opened his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was white as snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was a chummy and plump and a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went right to work. And he filled the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sled, to his team he gave a whistle, and away they all flew like down on a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere they drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And as I was saying, there will be more readings and more stories with Mr. Claus.